Brighton morning star, spaceship, sunrise. Oh boy. It's a Friday. I think it's Friday. Wouldn't bet any money on it, but I think it's Friday. Get my headlight off. Don't really need it. So movie on YouTube about time travel. What's his name? Can't think of the actor's name, but he's been in a million movies. Jeff something, not Goldblum, but like that. Anyway, so yesterday they were bringing out War of the Worlds. I said Independence Day, but I meant War of the Worlds. Kind of get you used to that idea, and then because there are arcs here that are buried, and if you go to Dr. Michael Salla, the JP stuff, talking about the arcs, spaceships that are buried here all around the planet and in other planets, and so a thing where in the War of the Worlds, where the pilots came from the sky and the lightning, and they put them down into the ships that were under the ground for hundreds of years, thousands of years. Well, the arcs have been underground for thousands of years, and I've seen people on, I think it was Super Soldier Speak, James Rink, Super Soldier Talks, and some people were on there talking about they were sent here to be the pilots and the crew of those ships. And it's specific, you can only crew or pilot the ship that you are supposed to crew or pilot, because the ship will know you. And if you don't have the credentials, you don't get in. And these pilots and crew have been sent here to Earth, and they're starting to wake up, and they're finding each other. And they're like the guy, he'll find the maintenance guy, and the maintenance guy will find the director guy, and the director guy will find the captain, and the captain, they're all finding each other here, and being shown. The veil is being lifted off of them, and they're starting to. What the hell? They're starting to. That was cool. Now, if I just take off up in the air, we'll be all right. They're starting to realize that they were commanders of spaceships or something. They were remembering their spaceship training and so forth. So they will be the pilots and crew of each one of those ships. I think there's two in the U, and then the word crane, and then there's one in the just off the Bermuda Triangle. They just moved it out a little farther out in the water. See, there's one there. There's one in Florida. And they're gigantic, and they're moving. Just like in Independence Day, where they had the spaceship that they'd found years ago, but it wouldn't do anything. But since the mothership showed up, the one they had in the laboratory started lighting up, started working. Well, there was an armada came, see Elena Dannon or Dr. Michael Salla. There was an armada of spacecraft. David Adair talks about it as well, who have come in and parked their ships. I think right there at Ganymede or Jupiter, somewhere around there. There's a whole fleet. And since they showed up, these arcs have been powering up. and they're starting to pick them up on our sensing devices that the military has and so forth. That's a lot of light going on down there. That's weird. So, that all fits together. I'm choking on snot. What you doing, Cooper? Coop, coop. Cooper. Oh, boy. Anyway, so the space stuff's happening. It's all happening. The Gene, you can't even say his name on YouTube. It's DE and then CODE, is on Journey to Truth and talking about the underground cities and bases that are all around the planet. You can even Google that. If you don't believe it, you can even Google that. You can Google the boring machines that were used on a lot of it, and the companies. You can go buy yourself a boring machine if you want. They use one of the boring machines uses nuclear bombs. It's like a nuclear bomb on the front of it. It blows up and knocks open a big cavern, and then somehow they're able to vent the radioactivity out of it and then cool it down, and then you got yourself a underground city. So they have I think there's over 10,000 of them worldwide, and they're the bad guys have had them, and most of them are at 10 kilometers deep, and the good guys are blowing them all up. And that's why when you see a string of earthquakes that are all at 10 kilometers, well, earthquakes don't stay at a certain depth. What that is, it's not earthquakes, it's the good guys blowing up bad guys and closing the tunnels and cities, the ones that are not. It was just so horrible that they couldn't save them because of the shit they've been doing there. They flood them, or they blow them up and then flood them, or both. So that's all happening. I don't know. Sure seems like this year is going to be the culmination. Want some cheese there, Cookie? Good boy. Anyway, all I can say is stay vertical and keep breathing and kind of listen to that voice inside you and do whatever it tells you to do. And if you don't hear anything, make a list of things you have to do and go down the list. Okay? Have a good one.